Well, it's been a while since I have done a live stream. Oh my word. uh it's been an adventurous summer, that's for sure. How's it been for you? I don't know. Uh Next month I will have been on YouTube for 2 years. Thinking about doing a 2-year video. Don't know if I'm going to do that. But I wanted to get on and get back into the swing of things. I haven't jumped on too many other live streams, and it's been a challenge. So I've done some refreshing of my brand, and not a pivot, but a refresh of my brand, and took some time during the summer to really think through my long term goals and how things were going to go, and I think I got a pretty good idea where I wanna go, at least for the end of the year. I don't know about you. Have you got it figured out for the end of the year yet? So, Beverly, nice to see you. You told me you were gonna join up today. Good to see you. Lynn, nice to see you here. It's really exciting. Foxy, one of my, favorite creators, he's here. So I hope that there'll be a nice group of folks joining up. Here's one of my favorite people, this old horse girl. Oh my word. Hey, Fred. Ah, Fred finds out. Man, I like to find out something. There's so many things I need to find out, right? I tell you, oh my word. So let me give you a couple of updates that some of you probably know about already, but I had a tragedy this summer, actually a few weeks ago. My beautiful granddaughter, 28 years old, she was born with cerebral palsy, Ariel, and she died in a tragic accident. Shocked our family, shocked me as a grandfather. You know, uh, as a grandfather and as a parent, we're the ones that are supposed to go first, right? Yeah, not our kids and our grandkids. They're not supposed to go first. The wonderful thing about Ariel was that even when she was first diagnosed with CP at birth, she never gave up. She never quit. She was a survivor. Here she is on her champion riding horse. She graduated from college, got a wonderful job, remote job. She had slight speech impediment, and her walking and gait and everything was typical of a functioning cerebral palsy person with that. But she didn't let any of that stop her, not at all. And she had a sizable following on a couple of social media platforms, and she was very active in the cerebral palsy advocacy community. Thousands and thousands of people she touched their lives. Her biggest desire was, besides writing and becoming a show writer, which she accomplished, was getting her driver's license. Oh my word, what a challenge that was! But just a month before she died, she got her driver's license. Oh my word, she was so excited, so thrilled. What a beautiful child. Why am I sharing that? I'm sharing it because it's a part of my life. I've discovered on YouTube that my followers and people that I'm friends with, which are literally thousands of people on YouTube, we we need a community. Of course, I have a school community, and I did share in my school community about Ariel. Man, the outpouring and the support there was so amazing. My church and of course my family and everything. And it took the first, it's been a little over 2 weeks now. And I'm just getting to the point where I'm getting used to my new normal. I I did this most recent video about YouTube and the new normal, but the impetus for that came from the death of my granddaughter. She continues to inspire people, no matter where you are in life. You can inspire people. Your life can inspire people, and she greatly inspired literally thousands and thousands of people. So I'm adjusting to my new normal. Going back 3 weeks ago, what was normal then certainly isn't normal for my family and for me personally. But Ara loved the Lord. She loved her family. She loved people. I mean, she loved that horse. Oh my word! Uh, as part of her uh, funeral, the stable, the riding place where the horse was at, they did a last ride, which was pretty amazing. And a last ride is that horse you saw her on, this horse right here. They put her boots, there's her boots. They put those boots in backwards into the stirrups, and she rode around, and not she, but the horse rode around being led by the trainer all around uh, that arena or whatever it is. I'm not an equestrian person, and hundreds of people there. What a blessing. So I wanted to share that just to give you a personal connection with what's going on in my life. One of the reasons I've taken some time to pray through this, enter into a safe place. Psalms 91 says that he who dwells with God and abides with him, he becomes a refuge. And we all need a safe place. A refuge is a safe place. We all need a safe place. And that's been my safe place. And it's been really important for me. So I really thank all of the people that knew about this event and knew Ariel and have supported me and our family. I really appreciate it. It's been an awful, it's been very encouraging. Let's check in, see who's here. Here's Mohit. I did a in our school. Mohit, I interviewed him. He's been on YouTube for over a year. He's got a great kettlebell channel, but he's also got a brand new channel on helping creators get started. You need to go check out his channel. Glad that you're here, buddy. Alan, thank you. Uh, Fitness over 50. Guys are saying hi to each other. I'm sort of out of the live stream loop. I haven't been on for a while, so thank you. I'm doing pretty good. One of my favorite people is Jen. Whew. Yeah, I almost reached out to you, old horse girl. I've got 3 or 4 subscribers and friends that are, have ranches, farms, or involved in horses. And uh, my word, Ariel on that horse. Matter of fact, she lived at the stable and took care of that horse every single day. And it was obvious that all of a sudden the horse was wondering, where did Ariel go? Oh my word. Wow. Thank you very much. Let me move on down here a little bit. Yeah, Jen, it's good to share. Sometimes one of the grief processes, I'm not sure if I agree with all of the stages of grief. They don't happen linearly. They kind of are circular, and talking about it and sharing, I think, is so important. And that was one of the reasons I started off today's video doing that. So, Winnie, hello. Being a while. I joined your live. Good to be here this morning. How you doing? Look at that gal, man. Is she ever cute? Oh man. So, one of the things I wanted to do this morning, I got a surprise guest this morning. Some of you will know her. Angela's become a friend of mine. One of the questions I get a lot is, should I start a second channel? Should I redo my channel? Should I remove all the videos on my channel? Should I quit YouTube? Oh my word. I cannot believe, with all the changes going on with YouTube. By the way, don't quit YouTube. Not at least not because of all the crazy changes going on. Everybody's posting something about the changes. I don't know if anybody really knows. Everybody's questioning the motive of YouTube. They're out to, make money. What business isn't out to make money? But I won't go into all of my personal feelings on it, but don't quit YouTube. You can make changes. Go ahead. I mean, if for nothing else, we're not charged anything to post our videos, and if you're in it to make money, that's probably the wrong motivation. If that comes along, that's great. But if you want to make a whole business out of it, you're not going to make a business out of it just on YouTube. Not at all. That won't cut it. So hang on a sec. Let me look over here. What happened? Did I lose somebody? No, there she is. All right. So look at who this is. This is Angela. Hi, Angela.
Hi, Mike. Surprise.
What an absolute favorite, people. She torments me. She harasses me. Oh my word. I love it. Let's take a look at her channel. Here it is. Unfading Beauty. And I got to tell you, Angela definitely is unfading beauty. So I've invited her to share a little bit on the live stream because she just did go through a pretty big change on her channel. She's been on YouTube for about 8 years, and I've been following her for a while. But recently, I think, Angela, you almost quit. Tell us your story. You almost quit, and here you are with a whole sort of a rebrand of your channel.
Well, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are, to everybody. And yes, it's true. I almost quit. I joined YouTube on April 5th, 2018. Yes, I said it, April 5th, 2018.
Wow.
And I originally was doing wig reviews, and I was talking about the care of our natural silver gray white hair. So I guess that you could call that a beauty channel. And I want to say very quickly here, the title of my channel, Unfading Beauty. I am certainly not talking about me. We'll get into
come
that.
on, come on.
No, I'm not, no, it's not about me. It really isn't. But I joined on April 5th, 2018. And I still believe in outward beauty. Nothing's wrong with outward beauty. Nothing's changed in terms of that. And I have some notes here because I can talk and I want to keep myself on track. But I began noticing just about myself, everybody. I'm just talking about me. I began to notice that I was spending so much time trying to stay young, look young, be relevant, all of the things that we go through as we age. For your information, I'm 72 years old, or 72 years young, and God has been good to me, and I have wonderful genetics from my parents. But I started spending so much time on the outward person that all of a sudden one day I thought, wait a minute, I'm not spending as much time with the Lord as I am learning about beauty and wigs and hair. And so about 2 years ago, all of a sudden one day I fainted. I had a
Wow.
seizure just out of the blue. I had a seizure. Took us a long time to find out what it was, and it was indeed a seizure. And after that, I made a couple of videos about how I felt the Lord was redirecting me, and basically went back to what I was doing. And then last year, I had a heart attack. I had the Widowmaker, and I only had 1% left of my heart.
Wow.
And I hope I don't cry, but that got my attention. And not that I feel that God was punishing me, not at all. But I do believe that God was trying to get my attention. And what do I mean by that? 40 years ago, before I married my husband, I was going to be a missionary.
Mm.
And I was going to be a multimedia missionary, which is kind of strange. Anyway, but I met my husband, and instead of going to Bible school, I married my husband. So we've been together now, a couple of days ago was 36 years. And so when I had the heart attack, remember I said I had the seizure first, about 9 months before the heart attack. And I felt that the Lord was saying, Angela, remember you said that you wanted to talk about me. What are you doing? And it's hard to explain, but if you love the Lord, and even if you don't know the Lord or love the Lord, God has a way of getting our attention. Not that he was punishing me, but I just felt like he was nudging me. Just do what you said that you wanted to do. So I'm almost finished.
Okay, go ahead.
So for me, I felt like, what kind of a woman am I really becoming here? Am I opting into all of the beauty culture, whether you're young, middle-aged, older? Am I opting into that? And I felt that I was. And I felt that I wasn't giving the Lord first place. So, and I'm almost finished, I changed the direction of my channel. Took me a few months. Mike knows. Mike and I have been in contact since November of last year. And when I really fully realized that my balance was off, I made the switch. So today, Unfading Beauty is about the face, the body, and the soul, but not in a new age way, not at all. I'm talking about caring for the outward woman while giving even greater attention to the inward woman. And it's rooted in 1 Peter 3:3-4, where God speaks about a different kind of beauty, an unfading beauty of the inner person that is precious in his sight. So I'm not anti-beauty, but that's what my channel is all about.
So one of the things that I notice about it is if I look at your oldest videos now, they only say 10 months old. So you did some major changes. You evidently deleted or unlisted a lot of videos. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. What I did was, again, with Mike's help, Mike gave me a lot of advice about this. And I thank you, Mike. I thank you so much for that. And one of the things that I didn't add, and I want to say this, years ago, I had some coaching and it wasn't the right fit for me. But then I found Mike. And when I found out he was having a school for $5 a month, I was like, are you kidding me? I'm going to get in that school. And so, yes, with Mike's help, and I did some AI searching, a lot of research, everybody, a lot of research, because I knew I was going to be here for the long haul. I'll be doing this, if God willing, until I die. I'll be one of those 90-year-old ladies on YouTube. But what I did was I unlisted I had hundreds. I think I had over 400 videos. Oh,
wow.
So with the advice that I received, I unlisted them all because I think that it was confusing the algorithm. And I tried a couple of tests to see if I unlisted them, what would happen? If I relisted them, what would happen? And I'm telling you, I think I did the right thing. Time will tell. But so far, what I'm seeing is more views. Now, if you're looking at my page here, it's kind of sad, but I went from getting thousands of reviews or views to now I'm in my 50s and maybe 100. but it's growing. And I am getting brand new subscribers who are not looking for wigs, who are not looking for makeup help. They're looking for inner beauty content.
Ah, it's just really cool. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I'm really excited for you because I think it's so important that we get rid of this for a second. It's important that we don't stay stuck. And you're the kind of person that didn't stay stuck. And I remember when you sent me the first email, I don't know when it was, a month or two ago or whenever, that you were thinking about quitting. And, and I'm going, oh no, don't do that. But let's see. I had a question up here I wanted to answer. Alan says, because my channel is a legacy channel, will it fade and disappear if I'm no longer here to create new videos for my children and grandchildren? Well, if you mean like by legacy channel, yeah, there's a whole. I mean, are you talking about when you die, when you pass away? I'm actually I've had a video with my attorney. I have a trademark and patent attorney that's helping me trademark some of my stuff. Anyway, we've been working on a video, just haven't been able to get it out. But when you die, your channel will virtually stay there forever. There are steps that your family can take if it's monetized, to get the monetization off of it. That'll eventually go away because no new videos are probably being posted there, but maybe not. If it's a brand channel, you can actually add somebody to it. If it's a primary channel, you can't. So I have all my channels are brand channels, and I have people that can actually post for me on those channels, including a family member in one case, and also Pops, my co-host on my podcast. So there's a lot of ways to do that. But to answer the question, no, it won't fade away. It won't disappear. YouTube has a standing. I forgot what it is. I think if it gets no traction over a certain amount of time, maybe they will delete it. But you'll find channels that have been on the service for a long time. And but as a backup, if you've got you probably need to have a place to store it offline, on a drive of some kind, so that can be a legacy, for your family. I don't know if that answered the question. Do you have anything to add to that, Angela?
I just have a question about that, actually.
Okay.
Especially for someone like you, whom I think will probably hit 100,000 in not too distant future. But what happens to when you're monetized? Does that become part of your estate?
Yeah, it does. Matter of fact, I rewrote we rewrote our living trust recently, and if you get legal advice on this, you need to list your YouTube assets. Matter of fact, all of your social media assets you need to list in your will or a living trust. It makes it easier for your family then to gain access to it. If you don't, then you have to go to YouTube with death certificates and all kinds of things and prove that you're a rightful heir to it. It's a lot easier if you ahead of time list any of your YouTube assets, social media assets in your estate plan. Yeah, that's the way to go. So let's see, Alan, he got one more comment here. My problem is I'm so busy caring for my wife and children that I have to find time for myself and my channel. My channel is a series of videos for them with advice, stories in my voice. Well, Alan, I feel for you. I pastor a church full time. I'm the full time caregiver for my wife, who is disabled now, pretty much in bed. We've got a lot of caregivers and help. And then I do YouTube part time. So I can certainly relate to all the things that are going on. And I've created a legacy on YouTube. And a lot of my family watch my channel on things. And so I think that's important. But buddy, I feel for you. It can be a challenge, that's for sure. Angela, let me go back to you about your channel and your, let's call it a pivot for right now. And as you go forward, where would you like to see in relationship to all the things going on YouTube? What's your dream for your channel, let's say a year from now? Because I love talking about dreams. I'm sure you got a dream of some kind for your channel.
You really want to know?
Yeah, sure.
And not so much a year from now, but I really was serious. When I saw Mike made a 10-year plan, if you saw his video, I thought, okay, I'm 10 years younger than Mike, so I'll have a 20-year plan. I really mean that. And by the way, let me just interject. I'm not a quitter, everybody. I'm really not. And as soon as those words came out of my heart and went in, out of my mouth and went into my heart, I thought, what are you doing? I was tired. A lot of things were going on. And Mike, that's one of the reasons I admire you so much. Even with everything that's going on in your life, you're just like the what is that, battery bunny?
Oh, the ever ready bunny or something like that.
Anyway, my goal now, and I have such clarity, thank you, God, I want to reach 100,000 women for Christ.
All right.
That's what I wanted to do before I got married, but God redirected my path. So my 1-year plan is just to continue showing up every week, even if I don't feel like it, and put my wig on. This is a wig I have on for all you ladies out there. This is a wig. I don't have to worry about my hair. My hair looks very much like this, though. It's just longer. So just,
yeah, that's cool. I got a wig on too. It's called
you got a hat. I know. I know what you're doing.
That's the first time I've taken my hat off on YouTube. Oh.
Yeah, so just continuing to show up, and YouTube has so many wonderful tools now that I would have missed if I didn't continue, and they help you with ideas. If you can't come up with an idea, they'll help you with ideas. That's my goal for the next year.
So how do you integrate AI into your workflow? I've been thinking about doing a guide for that, because I make massive use of AI, but I don't let there's a lot of things I don't let AI do. How does it fit into your workflow, Angela?
Yeah, well, for right now, it's actually much easier than when I was doing the wigs and the makeup and hair and all that, because in my quiet time, I'm sitting with my Bible, I'm talking to the Lord, I'm reading. I just did a video on bitterness.
Wow.
And bitterness, and are you bitter or are you beautiful? So the two are interconnected. So I sit with the Lord, I script things out, pray, of course. Then I take that script, and a lot of you are doing this, I know, but you take that script, you put it into whatever chat vessel you're using. I use Chat GPT and Gemini. And then I've got a track to run on. And then I just, whatever, and I ask AI, take this script, which might be, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 words, and I ask it to tighten it and to give me any scriptures that I might have missed that would go with that content. And then, of course, my images are pretty much all AI.
So let me ask you a question. When you say write a script, do you actually write it?
I do write it. Okay. I do write it. Sometimes, and here's a really great thing. If you're writing longhand, which a lot of people who write, they want that yellow pad. They're just writing and writing and writing. Yeah. But now you can just take a picture of that yellow pad or whatever I never knew that, and take a picture, upload it to chat and say, make sense out of all of this. Oh my goodness. And it makes sense out of all. You can still, of course, read it, tighten it yourself, take out what doesn't apply. And now you're scripted.
One of the things I learned in Toastmasters years ago is that the danger in writing a script, and then you stand up and you give the speech based on your written script, is that most people write differently than they speak. So one of the challenges was early on, if you were going to write a script, you got to write it like you can speak it. So with the age of technology, what I do now, I take my phone or my laptop. I'm an Apple guy, so I open up Pages. I've got WhisperFlow. I really love WhisperFlow. It's a new software program, kind of expensive, $150 a year, I think. But I use it all the time. So anyway, I open up Pages with no notes. I've got an idea what I want to talk about, and I just start speaking as if I was on camera about the topic. And I sometimes I'll end up with 4 or 5,000 words or more. That's a script, but I didn't write it. I spoke it. That's what I drop back into Chat GPT. I use that also, kind of the same kind of a prompt that you have, because when you're speaking stream of consciousness like that, it and you don't have notes in front of you, it's going to be all disorganized
Right.
probably. So I ask AI to reorganize it in a flow for me, but I specifically say, do not rewrite anything and put anything into your words. I want my words. I think that's the key. I think going forward, the algorithm and a lot of Google's got a lot of stuff right now that they're identifying what they call spam, and then they can identify certain words that AI uses a lot. And,
Yeah.
and I've had AI rewrite stuff for me, and they have even when it writes it in my own voice, they're triggering phrases and things
Yeah.
that it's prone to. So
Yes.
I'm careful about doing that, but
Mhm.
that's a good process. So do you use it at all for research and some other things?
I use AI hours a day.
Yeah.
Hours a day, and like you do, Mike, I find that when I'm out walking, especially if it's a beautiful day, I've just got my phone and I've got chat open, Chat GPT,
Yeah.
and I'm talking to chat, and I'm just doing a brain dump.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I'll think about this, or I'll think, even in church, if I'm in church, oh, that's a good sentence. I'm going to use that sentence, and I just put it into chat. So easy.
Well, yeah, I love the voice, both on my phone and I have desktop and then the web version and then on my phone.
Sure.
But I find myself all the time just I've got it on my side button on my phone, so I just push it and I'm right into talking to Chat GPT. And I have discovered that uh I have it interview me a lot. One of the things that I've discovered, I don't know who I learned this from, some other guru, but asking Chad to interview. I'm thinking about doing this topic. Can you interview me? What you know about me? And so it begins to ask me questions that I wouldn't have even thought
Oh.
of, which is a great plan. Here's a question. By the way, if you've got questions, guys, I don't want to ignore you guys in the chat. Okay. Uh, but I didn't want to go do a chat solo this time, so I brought somebody in to help me with it. So I got Angela here. Now, here's a great question for the group. So, how do you use a script, not an outline, and still look like you're not reading? Well, that's probably the question of the day. First of all, I wouldn't worry about it. Now, I would worry about reading word for word, that kind of a reading. No. What I do, I have a script and I have it on my iPad. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see, so I scroll it with my thumb. When I when I put my script though, I do it in such a way that it's in shorter blocks. You get lost if you got long paragraphs. Make it really large. Don't have to use my glasses. And then I bold the key points. A lot of the times, the key the key bolded point, I can talk to the camera. You'll see me look down every once in a while and glance down. I don't think that's a big distraction. Sean Connell, of all people, the guys don't think media. A lot of them, Sean himself. You'll see he's looking at an iPad or something
Yeah.
down there. It's not that big of a distraction. I can sit down and yak like this on a live stream with no notes or anything, but to get watch time and get people to watch your stuff, and unless maybe you're like Kevin Colby, Kevin can seem to be able to just turn on the camera and start talking. I wish I could do that. But so I have to have some structure. I don't want people bugging out all the time. I don't know. What do you think, Angela?
Well, I did struggle with this a little bit because I can tend to ramble on.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah. So I need a script. So what I found is I'm gonna show you right now. I've got a script in front of me, and I saw a video about how to do it. So what I do is, hi, I'm Angela Everly, creator of the YouTube channel Unfading Beauty. My channel began several years ago, talking primarily about outward beauty. So if you look at what my eyes, I'm over exaggerating, but my eyes are not staying on that script. They're
Yeah.
going here, they're looking at it. I've got 3 screens in front of me. So that really helped me. That little
Oh,
tip.
3 screens. Cool. That's a great idea. Wow.
Well, that was because of my real estate. I had to have it for I'm a retired real estate broker, everybody. Now I'm doing YouTube. But, yeah, that really helps. And I have a thing that holds my webcam. I just bought it about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, and I'm looking, it's right attached to my monitor. So it's right here at eye
Oh,
level.
yeah.
And
Okay.
then my notes are below. So here I am looking at my notes, but I'm kind of looking around and looking up, and that I notice makes a big difference. You get it?
I'm trying to figure. Oh, look at this. Who's this weird guy jumping in here? Who's the good looking one on the screen next to Angela? Scott, I don't know. I can't, Scott, you drive me nuts. I should have brought you on to talk about pivoting. You pivoted more times, more ways. You've got more products, more things you're doing. You're definitely a renaissance man. That's for sure. So I don't know if you're talking. What depends on what screen you're looking at. What's left or right? I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, Angelo's the one that's the better looking of the two.
Thank goodness for wigs. That's all I have to say.
Oh my word! How funny. I don't know. So we talked about scripting. We talked about video. By the way, if you guys got questions, go ahead and answer them in the chat. I haven't followed the chat too closely, as you can tell. So I'm a RV. I'm a live streaming failure when it comes to that. And
No, I don't agree with that.
oh,
No,
you don't agree with that? No,
no.
okay, all right. Well, uh,
And I heard that live stream. Now I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if this is still true, but I heard that live streaming gets more views than other ways.
well, I know one thing for sure. Today is the day that the new system of view counts takes.
Right. Yes.
So I'm kind of anxious to see what happens with that, because I have a feeling that maybe this live stream will get a lot of views. Anybody that hovers over it 1 second and
Yeah.
one frame and you get a count. There's a lot of I watched a couple of videos today complaining about it, and it's a placebo for us as creators, because I think we're getting a lot more than we are. I don't know. I can't figure all of that stuff out, but I do know starting today, any videos you upload will probably get more views. No, I won't turn that down. I won't necessarily feel better about it. So, Angela, let's talk about identity and success. One of the challenges I find is that wait a minute. Hang, Scott's got a comment here. He says live streaming earns you watch hours by time multiplied by views watching. Also, live streaming is known to make you more attractive. I don't know how much more attractive we can get. I got a couple of quality people on the screen right now. Oh man. Oh geez. See, where was I going before I got interrupted by that crazy question?
You wanted to know about success and
Oh yes, identity. So I'm working on a video on this. It really bothers me because so many YouTube creators they have, I'm guilty of this myself, becoming jealous of people that just got on YouTube a few weeks ago, hit a viral video, they're in my same sector, either fourth quarter or YouTube stuff. And they've got 1 million views. It took me a year and 3 months to get 1 million views. They've got 100,000 subscribers, and I'm sitting there and been working my tail off for all this. It's hard not to be jealous, and it's hard not to associate a lack of success to my identity, so that somehow I have an identity crisis because I've attached my identity to my success. Boy, it took a long time to get that out, Angela.
That's why we get along, because we both can talk.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So what's your question?
What's my question?
Okay. Success and identity. I don't know, Mike, if you can bring up my front page again, because I made a video. Scroll down, please.
Hey, hang on a second. Okay.
I'm afraid to click on anything. But
yeah, don't touch it. Okay. Where am I going?
Keep going. Go down to, it should show you. Keep going. When I made a video about you, there it is.
That one there.
So that video, you just need to leave the thumbnail up. Oh, there's my real hair right there. Okay, so
wow, that's your real hair here?
That's my real, yes, that's my real hair. My dear husband wanted me to grow my hair. That's a whole nother story.
Okay, won't get into that.
Okay. Identity and success. First of all, the great Sean Cannell, his last name Cannell rhymes with channel.
Yeah.
The great Sean Cannell said that comparison is the thief of joy. So we want to be careful not to get stuck in the comparison trap. But what am I supposed to do? I see this man who's been on YouTube, what, a year? His channel passed me after 8 years. I'm like, I'm doing something wrong here. So I didn't get jealous, but what I did get was very curious about, I need to learn from this person. I need to check this out. And so my identity is not going to be found in my YouTube channel. My identity for me personally, I'm just talking for me personally, is no matter what happens to me, my identity is found in the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
And no matter if I lose everything, he's right that he is my identity. But of course, we have to be pragmatic and all that. So success, I've had success, and that was part of the problem. I've had success in another realm, and that was, I was a real estate broker for, oh my goodness, since I was 23 years old.
Wow.
And God blessed my business. I became a real estate broker and yada, yada, yada. I was very strong in my local market. So when I came to YouTube, I felt like, this is just going to be a piece of cake. If I could sell houses and get a market share, and I can do this.
Cool.
But Mike and everybody, I don't think it was so cool, because I think there was some pride going on in there. And I did hire a coach, as I've mentioned before, but that was because I wanted to learn all the ins and outs of YouTube. I didn't realize really what it was like. So the success, if you're all here, and I'm not saying this to just plug Mike, I mean this with all my heart, you are in the right place. And if you can just, like YouTube says, find what you want to talk about, find what is your passion, and that's not easy. Find what is your passion. I can't even believe that anybody's listening to me, because I certainly don't, I feel like I don't really deserve to be here. But whatever you want to talk about, just show up every week, talk about it, learn what you can in your spare time, apply it, and keep watching Mike.
You're too much. I'm looking for
but it's the truth.
I'm looking for a quote that I wrote down today from John C. Maxwell. He says, "One is too small of a number to achieve greatness." Somebody,
Wow.
I can't find it again in the chat, but somebody wanted to know about my my school. There it is. And this is Angela's a part of this. YouTube for the rest of us. Now that's part of the rebrand that I did. It used to be YouTube 65 and over, and I probably 25 or 30% of the folks in the school aren't 65, but this is what the school is. It's kind of cool, you know. It's got a message board. I got a bunch of things here. I've got a classroom. I'm not sure that'll show up in the. I'm watching on another screen to see if it follows me over here or not. And it's a few seconds behind.
I have my hand up. Can I add to that?
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Just a second. So I have these sections in my classroom, creator guides and worksheets. So I do a lot of worksheets that go along with my videos, but the creators guides, oh my word, I got all of these guides in here on how to do YouTube. I poured my heart into these. Some of them are 15, 20 pages long. Oh my word. It's wild. Go ahead, Angela. You're going to say something.
Yeah, I found that quote. One is too small a number to achieve greatness. I'm not sure I agree with that, but it says, the idea is that lasting success is rarely accomplished completely alone. I just have a little caveat, and I'm going to say it in a second.
Okay.
We need other people, support, wisdom, encouragement, and collaboration. Absolutely. One is too small a number to achieve greatness. There's only one who achieved greatness, and it was one person.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we
do agree that we need, and that was one of my other problems. I just piggyback on that. Even though I had coaching, I really was alone. I was too busy in my real estate to take a lot more time to really apply all the coaching. But I retired from real estate a couple of years ago, you know, around COVID. So now I had extra time. And yeah, I absolutely believe that we need other people. We need that support. We're just flying out here on our own, and we can get in our own head. And before we know it, we might want to quit.
Yeah, here's interesting. Chris says, wow, I just had a commercial pop up in the middle of the live stream. So when I said, since I'm monetized, I set the live stream to be monetized, but there's 3 levels that you can select on the monetization. I always select the lowest level so it doesn't interrupt people that don't have premium. If you don't have premium, you're going to get ads. So I select the lowest one. This is no way to get unless you have YouTube premium or whatever, you're going to get ads, and unfortunately pop up in odd places. So sorry about that, buddy. You know, that's
But if you can afford the YouTube premium, to me, I can't not have it, because I need to, I'm watching videos a lot. I don't want to be interrupted. I kind of wish we could have an affiliate link for YouTube, you know?
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
For YouTube premium. But
they ought to do that. I don't know why they don't.
I don't either.
Yeah, I've had premium. I'm all in for YouTube. I got YouTube TV. I think between the premium and the TV and the NFL package, man, I'm spending a lot of money on YouTube. So somebody up there is going to lunch on my dime. That's for sure.
Yes. Not just lunch.
Yeah, who knows? Whatever, you know. Let me get this off of here. So we were talking about identity. I think one of the challenges for YouTube right now is that there are so many people that are struggling to get off the ground. One of the purposes that I have for my community, and by the way, I'll have a link in the description that you can go check out the community. As Angela said, it's $5 a month, but there's a 7-day free trial. You can jump in and hang around for a week and see if you want to stay or not. But
less than the price of a cup of coffee.
Yeah, well, I am going to raise the price soon. I've part of my upgrade over the summer is I've upgraded my website, my email list. I'm gonna, Angela, I've had an email list since the first week I started my channel.
How many people are on your email list?
I'm not going to tell you. It's over 1,000, but I have never yet emailed anything to them. Somebody the other day told me, you're an absolute fool, you know. Well, yeah, I am. I just have, all the things I got going on in my life. I discovered the AI. AI helped me build my website. AI has helped me get back into GoDaddy and make the things I do. It's like having a coach over your
It
shoulder,
really is.
you know,
It really is.
and I was sharing with somebody today, coaching going into the future may change because there's a lot of things I don't need a coach for. I'm not saying that there isn't. I've never paid for a coach. I've never paid for a course. I've been always the kind of person that, you know, when we had kids, we would buy the wagon or the crib. I would put it together. I always had a few pieces left over. I never knew where those pieces went. That's kind of how I do YouTube. I've got a few pieces always left over, you know.
Mm,
Oh,
you're a
man.
hoot. You're a hoot, Mike.
So let's see here. Thanks for discussing this, but another ad just popped up. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll send you $5. You can find my email, and and you can't skip them. I know it's a pain in the tush. I don't know. That's just the way it is, you know. I gave this illustration for somebody today. YouTube is like it's a rent-free zone for creators. In other words, I get a free apartment, rent-free, and I can live in it forever. And the only problem is if somebody wants to visit me, they have to pay an entry fee into the building. That's how it works. So the landlord gives us free rent. I don't pay anything to YouTube, but if you want to come visit me, you got to pay. Those are the ads that show up in the videos or YouTube Premium. A lot of people hate that model. And I don't, and there's another lawsuit going on right now. I don't know if you heard this one, Angelo, but uh, YouTube is being sued for its premium service.
Oh,
And they're being sued because they say it's ad free, but creators can put their own ads independent of YouTube in there. And that's what they're complaining about. That could make a big change if they win that lawsuit. Ad revenue for creators could really change, and that wouldn't be so cool, you know.
no, it wouldn't.
So this old horse girl, Mike, I would love to join the conversation on your school, but I can't remember the password to get in. Are you already a member? I'll look for you. I thought you were a member, but I can't remember. Your password should be stored or whatever. I'll tell you what. If you can't get in, sign in with a new ID, and I'll convert you to a free member. Okay, I can do that too. So
I love that channel name, This Old Horse Girl.
yeah.
Maybe I'll change mine to This Old Unfading Beauty.
Yeah. I don't know. That would be good. You could try that.
I'm kidding. Kidding.
Yeah. So, well, let's see. Let me check here, and there's a lot of folks in here. I apologize that I haven't been following the chat. Thanks for discussing. We did that one already. I had to go backwards now. Some of you guys like Scott and Jen, you guys absolutely rock on your live streams. I don't know how you do it. You got to be you have to do what's it called? Multitasking. You got to talk, look at the screen, look at this, look at that.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of the live, because I did a lot of lives on my channel back in the day. I think you just have to keep doing it, just like everything, you know, and then it becomes more intuitive. But at first, it's not intuitive, not at all.
So this is a good question. I get hit up all the time. Well, my earphones coming out. I get hit up all the time for on Facebook, the people that want me to subscribe to their service, and they'll send me 25,000 subscribers. Don't ever do that. No. People do it, but don't do it. That's the point. Yeah. Hang on. I gotta.
While we're waiting for Mike, does anybody, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but does anybody have a specific question for me? If you can hear me.
I am back here. Got my earphone back in.
Okay, I was just asking the group, does anyone have a specific question for me while you were away? But I'm not sure if anybody heard it.
Yeah, I think so. I don't get a lot of questions. Some
Yeah.
people that are, I'm making a slight change in what I'm going to do on future videos. I'm going to try it for about 2 or 3 months. And here's somebody we know. I love this gal. She is so sweet. Hello, Mike and Angela. I'm glad you made it live. I got to bring you on one of these days. What I can bring like 10 or 12 people. I had to bring our whole school in here, Angela. That'd be cool. That'd be exciting.
That'll be very exciting.
Oh man. Well, anyway, my change, and I'll tag this into what Angela's been talking about, and because we're about running out of time. There are hundreds of videos on how to do YouTube.
Yeah.
And one of the things over the last couple of months I did an audit of my channel and taking a look at what everybody's doing in the YouTube growth sector. And I discovered that of all the how-to videos, there's not very many videos on how to survive YouTube. That's the emotional side. You have the how-to side and the psychological, emotional side of doing YouTube. So I may have all the tools, but somebody asked me the other day, or I get this a lot, I don't have the right personality to do YouTube. Well, here's the problem. If you come to YouTube and you're already an insecure person and a wallflower, YouTube may not be for you. I don't know. And yet people jump on YouTube and they're coming already with what some people call baggage. I don't see it so much as baggage. I would say just the opposite. If you're a wallflower, an introvert, and you've got problems with your personality, YouTube may be the best because you'll be able to get out there and develop those skills and enhance your personality. Does that make sense, Angela? Or am I nuts?
Yeah, and as you were saying that, I was thinking a couple of things. Why not start a YouTube channel and say, I'm a wallflower?
The wallflower channel. I love it.
Wallflower, are you? Now, you won't believe, nobody believes me when I say this, but I am really a shy person by nature. I really am.
Okay.
But I learned very young because of sales. People like Zig Ziglar, Tommy Hopkins, Sean Cannell, I've mentioned him before, but a lot of the things that these new people are talking about go way back. And so I learned very young how to speak in public, like, Toastmasters General and all that. That's what it's called?
Yeah, Toastmasters International.
International. Yeah. And so with the help of people, again, like Mike and teachers that went before me, I was able to, I'm still shy. As a matter of fact, I'll confess to you, I went into my husband, he was in the kitchen, and he gave me 2 theanines before this YouTube, because I said, honey, I'm a little nervous, and I was. And I'm never nervous to come before the camera when I do my videos. But so it can be overcome. It's all scripting, and God will help you. That's just the bottom line.
Here's a great question. I have a question. How do you stay motivated to slog through the days where it seems that no one cares? You get to answer that, Angela.
He knows what I'm going to say. You have to know why you're doing what you're doing, because there are going to be slog days. There are going to be technical difficulties. There are going to be days when people want to why can't you sit with me or go play with me or whatever? But you have to have a big why. That's what I think. And I think that big why, my why is I want to reach 100,000 people, women specifically, for Christ. And so that why, and I have it right by where I'm sitting, That gets me through. And the only reason it didn't work this last time with I think I'm going to quit is because I didn't realize I was very tired, emotionally drained. Some personal things happened and I didn't take time for me. So the slog, get your why, get your sleep, eat the right way, and then maybe lose some of the things for a season that might hold you back. What do you think,
Wow,
Mike?
that's great. I think that I love that answer. I think motivation is overrated. I learned this in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
If you're motivated or not motivated, you're up at 4 a.m. And whether you're motivated or not motivated, you do what you're told. You go for it.
And thank you for your service.
Okay, thank you. But that has really stuck with me. If I wait to be motivated, I'll use that as an excuse. Actually, it becomes a limiting belief in my system. Jesus said, "You can do if you believe, you can do all things." But if you don't have the belief first, but belief and motivation are two different things. Motivation assumes that I've got to get worked up to do something. I got to tell you, if you're going to do YouTube and you got to get worked up to do it, you're not going to go very far because you just day in and day. I only post one video a week, and there's a lot of times I don't want to do it, but I made a decision. There's a difference. Motivation and decision. Decision comes before motivation. I don't know where I heard that from. I've heard that before.
Decision comes before motivation. Is that what you just said?
Yes, that's what I said. In other words, you make this decision. This is what happens to me. A lot of times I don't want to do a video, but I've got it on my schedule. So I make the decision to do it. And then by the time I actually get to the video, the motivation catches up with me. Doesn't work the other way around. If I wait for the motivation, I'll never make the decision. I think that's what I want to say.
Yeah. And for women, especially, I'll just say to all the ladies out there, we perhaps more than men, I'm not making a generalized statement, but perhaps more than men, we're very concerned about how we look. And so not only now do we have to go through with, okay, I don't feel like doing this today, but I have to wash my hair, I have to do my makeup, or whatever it is for you, ladies. But that why, and I learned this just recently because I bought a couple of Mike's books that he was talking about. Find your why, start with why. They really help. And Mike, I have a question for you. When you talk about limiting belief, can you speak to that for a minute?
Yeah, in the fourth quarter of life, I'm too old. I'm not techie. I'm not this. I'm not that. Limiting beliefs usually have their root going back to childhood. I've sat down, spent some time trying to figure out my limiting beliefs, where they came from. I won't go into all that detail, but I hear a lot from people, in my sector. I'm too old to or I could never talk on camera, or I look ugly, or do. So all of those things stop you at the door. And so a limiting belief is something that you've believed long enough that now it's real for you. It's not real, but it's real for you because you bought into it. That's my definition of limiting belief.
Yeah, and I think especially for older. By the way, I don't like the word senior. I don't know about all of you out there, but years ago I took a course in real estate about how to sell to seniors. I don't think of myself as a senior. I do think of myself as an older person. And so this quote, limiting belief about I can't do it because I'm older. Oh my goodness. To me, when I hit 50, and I remember my girlfriend said to me, she's 15 years older than I, and she said, wait till you hit 60. And I said, well, what happens at 60? She said, you'll see when you get there. Well, what happens is, I think for most of us, we're like, I have all this experience behind, you might not call it wisdom, but I have all this experience behind me. And now I can talk. If you don't have the limiting belief, and I had some, I had to have a talk with myself about that. Yeah. But except for that, you go, girl. I mean, you have so much knowledge, so much wisdom, so much life that you've led, so many successes that you've had, even if it's just overcoming a sickness, a serious sickness, whatever, a child that died, Mike, you know.
Yeah.
So we're at the, to me, we are at the best point right now. Even if you're 90, imagine being 90 doing YouTube
Yeah,
and
that's
all the experience.
yeah, that's Ruth Bader Rice. She started at 91, and
Yes.
she's a who I think she's got 70, 80,000 subscribers. I haven't read it yet. I Chat GPT on Monday sends me a bunch of articles and suggestions on aging. There's an article I need to go read it. Pretty big research study that just was released this last week that says 70, age 70 is the absolute best time to reinvent, rediscover, relaunch, find new purpose or complete purpose. And I think as the population, the baby boomers have aged, this is a wonderful time to be our age. I don't believe
It is.
I don't believe you at all that you're 70. Okay, you're probably 50 or something.
Are
And
you
you're
talking to me?
yeah, I'm talking to you. You're a 50-year-old disguised. You're not 70. Come on.
I'm 72 and I'm going to be 73 in October.
Well,
Yeah.
again.
So, but here's the other thing. Thank you. You're so kind. You know, you really are. But I think one of the reasons I look younger is because I was in bed for over a year. It's a long story, but I had another thing that happened to me and it was with me for 12 years. So I was pretty much housebound. So I
Yeah.
didn't get a lot of sun and all that. But 70, think of this. We're in our 70s or 60s or 50s, wherever you are. And even if you're watching this and you're in your 30s, just imagine your content is, especially if it's evergreen, your content is going to live forever.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going to live for, so even if it doesn't take off like Mike's did, it's going to live for, keep plugging, keep going. And quick question for Mike again, the limiting belief, is there a book that talks about that?
Yeah, I don't have it in front of
I
me.
can read it.
Yeah, it's Changed Mind by David Baer, no relationship, same last name.
Oh, you talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a metaphysical approach a lot. So it's got some new age and metaphysical. He does quote Jesus a lot. But it covers the neuroscience, which I think is really important. The neurology, neuroscience behind a changed mind is well worth the read. I also encouraged in that video The Pursuit of God by A.W. Tozer, which is
Yes, I have that book. Yeah.
yeah. I read that book every year, and he alludes to limiting beliefs. Of course, he didn't know what it was back then, but the Bible supports that too. That that well, one limiting belief is unbelief.
Yeah.
Even the disciples said to Jesus, "Help us with our unbelief." I mean, and then you can move a mountain. If you have faith as a mustard seed. Well, I haven't moved that many mountains, but it was a metaphor, and so there's a kernel, there's a seed that has to take place, and once it does that, faith builds upon itself. Maybe that's a good place to end the live stream. I don't
Can
know.
I just add to that real quick? It says in Proverbs 23:7, for as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Oh, I'm a failure. Oh, I'm ugly. Oh, I could never. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And for those of you who might be here, and maybe you're not a Christian, maybe you don't follow God, please don't think that this is going to turn into a Bible study. It's not. It's just that we know that the scriptures have a lot of principles that guide us in our daily life. So if you're not down with the Bible and with Jesus, that's okay. There's still a lot of wisdom to be had.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I was having mic problems there for a moment.
Technical difficulties.
One of the problems with Whisper Flow is if I accidentally trigger it, it triggers my phone and everything else, and I don't know where it's coming from. But hey, this has been a lot of fun. Do you have a closing scripture you want to end with? We don't want to make it a Bible study, but we both love the Lord. And do you have a life verse or a favorite verse?
A life verse. Well, My life verse is taken from Ephesians chapter 2, 8 and 9. And by the way, everybody, I didn't know any of this until I was 36, 37 years old.
Oh, wow.
Made a big mess of my life. Maybe I'll put my testimony up there sometime. But Ephesians 2, 8 and 9 says, "For by grace are you saved through faith, this not of yourselves. It is a gift of God,
Yeah.
lest no man boast." Now, that
Wow.
might have a couple of different versions in there, but the basic thing is you can't earn it. Jesus
Yeah.
paid it all.
Yeah, my life verse I got at Campus Crusade years and years ago.
Mm.
Ted Cole was a speaker at a conference I went to, and he suggested we find a life verse, write it down, and I did, and it stayed with me. Galatians 2:20. I've been crucified with Christ. The life I now live is not my life, but faith in Him. It's my version of it. In other words, the life I now live is lived through the presence of God in my life. Angela, it's been wonderful. I had you on for almost the entire live stream.
Thank you.
Maybe we ought to be like Pops. We'll start our own podcast or something.
I'd love it. I would love it. And everybody, thank you so much for joining the live chat. You didn't know I was going to be here, but Mike, thank you so much for having me.
All right, everybody. It's been a great time. I'll see you next time. I don't know when that'll be, but it'll be sometime. Okay. It's old Mike saying, "Hey, hang in there. We'll see."
And old Angela saying, "Hang in there too."
All right. That's fun, man. I love it.